Well, it is. To Beasley at the back. He's bounded again. Jim Sewell a chance. Metres from goal. A lovely screw shot over his head. That's a goal!
McCormick goes to the outer side of the ground. Hawkins having a bit of a battle there with McMullen. Hawkins wins out. Quick kick up into the half-forward line. McCormick in front of Beasley. I thought he could have got the free kick. Oh, McCormick playing like a man possessed, but chipping in is Sewell. He can steady, shoot for goal, and he's put it through. Could have given a hand pass to Mullane, but elects to go to Rains. Now Rains onto Mullane. Mullane, the long kick. Williams leading up, but the ball drops short to Richardson. Off the hands to McCullough. Over the top to Williams. As easy as that.
With Beasley off the field with an injured leg, not really missing him because he was astray with his kicking today, managed one behind only. They desperately need goals now. Edwards maybe is the chance for them. Kicked a great one earlier from the top mark. Pushing and shoving there against Edmund. Good tussle on there between the two players. The ball out of play. 22 and a half minutes. Third term. McPherson around the neck anyway. Yes, he's getting the free kick for around the neck, but he went on. He didn't worry about the tackle, and he'll take the free kick from only metres out. And surely he should kick the goal. Heaven knows Footscray need it because Collingwood lead them by 20 points. It's been an in and out sort of a player, McPherson today, although this is his 10th kick. He certainly hasn't been a star. Cute angle, he moves around, kicks. And he's made it a very important goal.
Footscray leading by 13 points. There's Simon Beasley, who we thought had seen better days as far as this game's concerned, but he's back on the interchange. But here's Brian Royal breaking clear. The kick towards Edwards. McCormick is there. Bamblett was the rover. McCormick showing desperation. So too is Taylor. Pushes it wide. Groenewegen didn't know who to give it to, so he gives it now to Edwards, who's got plenty of time to get through the pack, but his kicking's astray. Out of bounds on the full. And we're seeing two interchanges being made. It's McKenna and Beasley coming on for Anderson and Duperouzal.
What an amazing recovery Beasley has made. Must have been a nerve because he was carried off after injuring his leg coming down from a mark. Well, Collingwood's turner kicks the ball. Rains dropped it from his opponent Wallace right alongside him. Ball to the ground. Free kick going to wingman Mullane. Kicks it out to the running Shaw, but Hawkins has got best position. He'll outmanoeuvre him. But Shaw, great balance. Toomey, not very good disposal at all. Out to Foster and Banks. And Hawkins cleans up at the back from Foster. Loops it over his shoulder. Kellett taps it further on, taps it further out. Maybe that's not such a bad move.
Into the time on in the third term, a 13 points lead to the Collingwood side. They're kicking to the Yarra Falls end, which is favoured by a very slight breeze. Toomey has the ball, claimed by McPherson. But eventually it's Turner kicking Collingwood out of trouble to Rains. How did he slip that tackle then by Purser? But Rains kicks up into the half-forward line. Off the pack, Egan. Kellett, who's been a good player. Kellett, clearing kick. Cloak is there. Groenewegen got into his back, and Cloak will get the free kick. That could have been a Ticky Touchwood won that one.
He's having a big quarter of David Cloak, certainly dominating the ruck, and that's one reason Collingwood are in front. That was Sewell now on the back line. Bax is tackled high. Umpire James pretty quick to pick those up, but it was obvious. And Baxter from the half-back line kicks it across to McPherson.
Oh, and McPherson just dropped that mark. He was under a lot of pressure, but still he had the front position. Sewell, who's down in defence. Sewell had kicked 2 goals for
Footscray this third quarter. Come from 20 points to 8 points down. In possession once more. McKenna breaks away. Holding the ball as a rule, going against Footscray to be taken by Neville Shaw. Collingwood need to get a quick goal here if they can. Footscray really caught up with them. Morwood.
His 10th kick finds Banks, who cops one from Foster. And Dennis Banks, wide of centre half forward, will drive the ball right into the goals. This will be Banks' 8th kick. He's done a lot of the bullocking work at half forward, pushing the ball out from the packs. his fellow forwards. This is his 8th kick. It's a high one, and it could be a 6-pointer, which is a steadier for Collingwood. And Dennis Banks' 2nd goal.
Cloak doing very well on the ruck against Purser. Centre player Wallace for Footscray, boots him up forward. Not a good kick. Back pocket player marks it. That's Taylor. Although Bambert's been playing very good football against him. It's his 7th kick. The Banks. Knocked away from Banks. McLean, the wingman, gets it. Nicely to Royal. Gets the call further downfield. Bambert a chance. Bambert another chance. Clever. Very clever. And the handball to Edmund, 20 metres from goal. He only has to steady and drive it through. And he has. And so he couldn't take the ball out with him.
We've seen a lot of this today. The bounce-ups play, of course, stopped because it's been really pressure football. 15 bounce downs. Purser, Cloak doing well. Edmund trying to use strength to get out of the pack. He gets the ball out, but Toomey is there. He was grabbed by McPherson. And there's going to be a free kick, and it's going to Toomey, I would say, in the back against McPherson. Barham, the long kick up into the half-forward line. Kennedy fists the ball out of the pack. Neville Shaw runs into Wallace. Comes out there to Mullane. Mullane, the long kick up to full forward. Morwood is there. So too is Sewell, but the ball beats them both over the line and out of bounds for a throw in Collingwood's forward pocket. The Magpies leading by 8 points.
The Magpies had a 20-point lead partway through the 3rd term, but Footscray fought back and finished up with 8 points behind. There they go, the tap out. Gary Shaw kicks it blindly. Chance, Morwood ran past it. Barham got salt and pepper all over the field. Good play here as Hawkins gets it nicely to Purser at half-back. Purser's clearing kick to the centre. Bamblett and Taylor had a marvellous dash, but look at the pace of number 9, that's Bamblett. Gathers in beautifully McEwen. It's got to be holding the ball or pushing the back. And it's neither, it's a dead heat. Can't work that one out.
Bounce, Purser and Cloak. Cloak gets the tap down. Gronewegan caught him unawares. He's hasn't been a good player at all for Footscray today. Taylor gets the clearing kick. Eventually down to Phillips, on to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw chips it in short for Morwood, and Morwood has marked left half-forward flank. And Morwood came on after half-time. He spent the first half on the bench, and this will be his 4th kick. Many of us thought that Fellows was doing a reasonably good job up on the full forward line, but Morwood now has a shot for goal. It's drifting across the face of the goal and through for a behind. So Collingwood now leading by 9 points.
Anderson ready to come on. Footscray making a change. Edmund off, holding his right arm, by the way. Banks leads out in front of Foster and showed a clean pair of heels to Foster then. Collingwood's most effective half-forward this year. He's a long way from goal, but I think he's going for the long shot with his 9th kick. Sewell. Yes, indeed. Well, they started in the forward line, kicked 2 goals, 3, and switched to the back line in the 3rd quarter. Been amongst the kicks with his 13th to Gronewegan. A one-hander. Not good. Foster all over Banks, especially all over his front. And Banks will take the free.
If he can get up. The last kick at Banks, be interesting to see what he does this time, because the last one basically kicked into a very static forward line, looking for the big mark. There's no sort of semblance of movement. That's better.
And that was Richardson in front of Duperouz. Now Banks comes at Foster, shaped to hit him, but didn't because umpire George is a bit close. Comedy of errors now. Let's see what Footscray can do as McPherson kicks up into the half-forward line. Edwards can't mark. Footing off the pack is Bamblett. Looks for Beasley. Beasley being held by McCormick. And will Beasley get the free kick? No, it's going to McCormick. It was Beasley that was doing the hanging on.
McCormack, the pressure valve for Collingwood. Oh, Richardson was upset in Hawkins' back, and the Hawkins Footscray player takes the free kick. Richards has been a wonderful player, really goes in for that hard ball. Hawkins had a good second half, kicks the ball well. Edwards with his eyes on the ball, Beasley at the back of him. Collingwood take it down, McPherson dribbles it through for a behind. And Love's labour's lost there. That could have been, or should have been, a certain goal.
Good pressure by Collingwood, though. There was a man on him as soon as he got possession. There was a man on him affecting his kick.
Taylor, solid in defence, puts the ball back into play on the defensive side. Phillips, Hawkins. Hawkins now breaks clear. Wall calling for it. Hawkins kicks long to Beasley. Beasley is there. Oh, chipping in nicely as McEwen to take a fine mark in defence.
He's come to life at the right end of the game. Purser this time. Hawkins really had control of the short Tony Shaw. And Purser holding his hip there. Kicks the ball quickly to McPherson. Beasley, but a mistake there. The Footscray players really muffed it. Beasley, an overhead knock-on. McEwen once more. Just floats it down towards the flank. Baxter, but the ball's out. Pretty close to on the full. It's not. The throw in.
Well, that was close. I think Baxter possibly may have just touched it. So there'll be a throw in. Left half forward flank for Footscray. It's Gronawegan against Cloak. Over the top, Phillips. Oh, nicely done to Richardson. Richardson, who's been a star, steers the ball towards Banks, who's playing well too. Foster claims him as he felt Banks was about to play on and give the hand pass to Mullane. But Foster and Banks have been having a physical tussle there. Immediately kicks towards the centre of the ground for Cloak. Cloak, nobody within Cooey. Royal comes at him now. Cloak, the long kick to half forward. The mark to Kellett. Kellett breaks clear. Awkward kick out of defence to Foster, who's not having a particularly good day. Mullane back to Tony Shaw. Shaw to Richardson, who's everywhere, and Richardson marks.
He is everywhere, Clark. He hasn't had a lot of kicks, but he's gone and got the difficult ones and set up play further on anywhere around the field, defence or attack. His 11th kick. Man in front, stretched up well to try and tag it. It was. It's McMullen. McMullen has a long sight at this one and puts it through. What a great goal. He's second. Take it back. Was only a behind. He's getting carried away there. It looked good.
It was disappointing. It was interesting to see Richardson then with the free kick going back and really trying to encourage a bit of movement in the Collingwood forward line. They have had that trouble a little bit since half-time. Nobody really prepared to get out there and try and create some space. Finally, McMullen did so on that occasion.
And we've lost the football. The Collingwood cheer squad's down behind the goal. But we're waiting for the ball to come back.
Just giving the Collingwood players time to pick up the Footscray runners on the kick-out. That's all that's going on.
Well, took an attendant to go down. Andrews warming up on the bench. He hasn't made his appearance on across to Gronawegan. I mean, Foster wasn't good play. Foster's high kick towards McPherson. Turner fists the ball away. And Tony Shaw comes one from McPherson. And McPherson indicating that he was out of bounds when he pushed him in the back. But I don't think the umpire's going to have any of that, because he's given the free kick to Tony Shaw, who will have his 19th kick.
And Andrews has taken the field. All the pressures are going to be on now for both these sides. Collingwood seem to be getting the breaks right now. Foster's giving Banks a lot of treatment. Banks taking another free kick against him. 8 minutes into this final term. Collingwood lead by 9 points. And the short shot, G. Cloak's played a great game. You wouldn't believe it was the same man who wore the Guernsey last week on the forward line. It's his 8th kick. His ruck work's been good. Footscray from the back. Oh. Dropped there by Edwards. Thrown out.
There's the bounce. Oh, the Footscray players going for the ball against each other as Neville Shaw picks up, has a long shot for goal. Andrews is there, off hands. Well, there's going to be a free kick. Oh, and it's going against Sewell, and it's going to Sewell against Big Bad Ronnie.
There was a bit of shepherding there as the ball came down.
It didn't take him long to make his presence felt. He's a bit like the minder, like Terry McCann. And Arthur. Sewell's kick to Foster. And Purser was at the front. Oh, good rubbing by Collingwood. Lovely pick up by Banks. He'll have the shot. It's gone right across the front of the goal. And not by Andrews. Oh, what a plum of a decision to bring Andrews on. In the last 20 minutes of play, he's taking a crackerjack mark, split the pack right open, within kicking distance. And Collingwood lead at this stage by 9 points. a goal here is vital for them. Well, here he is. And he's goaled. His first kick of the match is a goal. You couldn't do better than that.
Collingwood would be very pleased with that. Possibly had a couple of breaks go their way with a few frees, but it was really Banks. I think we'll see in the replay that sets it up. Yes, it's Banks. And rather than have a shot for goal from what's an awkward angle, he makes sure the ball ends up 10 yards out of goal, so there's a bit of room for the Collingwood players to fly for the mark. And Andrews really does judge it very well, use his body well, make sure that he's the only man in the ball space and pulls down a very good mark.
Ten minutes gone in this last quarter, and it's Collingwood now by 15 points. Is that the match-winning goal? Cloak tries to get the tap down. Purser, though, to Wallace. Wallace breaks clear, steals the ball up to Beasley, who seems to be sadly out of position. Oh, great mark, Toomey! Great mark by Toomey.
Toomey plays on quickly. Round to Mullane, and also Jeffrey Range. And Hawkins has had a marvellous last quarter. Range lost the run of it. Picked up by Foster. He's in trouble. 4 Footscray players here to do something. Slung aside by Range is a good tackle. Really put the pressure on McPherson then, who's angry. Good play, Range.
Yes, McPherson is angry too. Rains indicating that he wanted the ball quickly. That's his 20th kick, up under the half-forward line, off the pack. Wallace roving well, read the play well. Kicks to the middle of the ground. Bamblett is there. Bounce eludes him. Taylor steady. Kicks towards Banks. Oh, nice mark by Foster. Well, Foster hasn't had a particularly good day. 7th kick coming up for Foster. McPherson flying from behind, but Turner was in front. But the whistle on play, and Phillips is getting the free kick. I had my eye on the ball, so I don't know what happened there, but obviously Phillips interfered with.
Phillips, the strong centre half-back for Collingwood. That's a lovely kick. Williams. Nope. Ooh, knocked on quickly by Baxter. Footscray. Oh, showing dash, here's Mullane. Caught. Chips it up towards Cloak. Oh, McPherson shows aggression. Knocked, put Cloak out of business. Kennedy nicely to Royal. Gronowigan didn't take that bounce at all well. 3 Magpies combined here. It's Neville Shaw. Screws it back towards Williams. Williams got it, lost it. Will have to work hard to get it. Dribbles it around the boundary line. Oops. Here's McMullen, a chance for McMullen. Oh, and he's tackled strongly from behind before he could do anything with that ball. Good play there by Footscray's Kennedy.
It was a fine tackle because we've noticed McMullen really is very quick over 10 yards.
Andrews in ruck, gets the front position from Purser, but that's Anderson's clearing kick. It's high. Cloak is there in front of Gronowigan to take the mark on his chest, and what a grand game David Cloak has played.
He certainly has, and he's mixing him up with a long kick. Oh, and Neville Shaw dropped the sitter. Collingwood couldn't do anything with it then. Footscray players wouldn't let them.
What they're trying to do, though, Jeff, is to push in a short pass so that player can then go back and try and get over the big pack that seems to be congregating on their half-forward line.
Bounce, Purser, Cloak. Cloak gets the tap down, goes to Foster. Bamblett, Taylor took the initiative. So did McKenna, who lost his boot when he kicked it off the ground. McEwen off the ground. The race is on. Look at Rains, close to the ground, but he copped one high and will get the free kick. That was Sewell who got him around the net, but Rains looked all class then when he went for that ball. His 21st kick. Barham. Wallace judged it better. McLean. Now let's see what Footscray can do now. McLean can go for a run. Sewell indicating he can come right down onto the half-forward line. Doesn't take his advice. Kicks it high. Now Duperouz had to compete with Phillips and also McEwen. And McEwen ended up getting the ball. Hand pass to Toomey. Toomey a high kick. Mullane and Hawkins. Hawkins gets the front position. Got one in the back, and Hawkins will get the free kick.
He played well for that as well. He's shown all the experience he can muster in this final term. Doug Hawkins obviously said it's got to come from the best and most experienced players. Royal led well. He's a bit too far out to goal from here. Beasley's got some vital stance at the moment. He's running this way, that way. Royal's going for the long kick. Oh, it's not a long kick, it's dropping short. McCormack. No, he missed it as well. Kicked off by Toomey. Luck's working for Phillips here. He hurls his body on it. gives it to Neville Shaw, over to Gary Shaw. The Pies are out of trouble now, or they were. Taylor ran into a tackle. The jam up, and Footscray have saved the day by forcing a ball up on their half-forward line.
Oh, that was desperation then by McKenna. And it looks like Groenewegen in the hands of the trainer there. Doesn't look too good. There's the bounce. Purser will get the tap down to McKenna. The strong man gets a little push in the back. Wide, though, for Bamblett. Taylor is there. Bamblett's the will-o'-the-wisp. Goes one way. Comes around. Can shoot for goal. He's not a very good kick. And he's put it through for a minor score. Well, he could have converted there and put Footscray back in this match. But at the moment, they're trailing by 14 points.
Long kick in by McCormick. Hawkins, a one-hander, got up well. Here's McMullen, really getting a taste of it and likes it. An important match in his first game, number 31 for Collingwood. He's played very well.
I think they've got the wrong side here, Footscray. I think they should be over the other side of the ground if they can possibly manage it.
Now Purser takes it in front of Cloak, tries to feed it to McKenna. McKenna gets it across to McLean, down to McPherson. McPherson, not too much of a chance to take it. Another throw-in.
Yes, I think you're right, Jeff. Footscray starting to panic. Collingwood putting the pressure on them. And as you can see, McPherson treated that football like a hot cake. The kick, Purser is there. Cloak over the back, looking for Rains. Hawkins is there. Oh, how did Rains pick that one up? Kicks it up to half forward. Chance for Williams. Oh, Ronnie Andrews at half forward. And Banks is ecstatic as he comes in and says to Ronnie, well done. Now, Andrews has marked at the true centre half forward position, doing a little limbering up. He's already kicked a goal. He's had one kick, one goal. So he's coming in for his second kick. Oh, he's very deliberate. He's put it through the middle. Well, there you are, Ron Andrews. 2 kicks, 2 goals.
And the Collingwood players look at each other and they don't necessarily believe it either. I don't know whether Ronnie Andrews does, but he's certainly attacked the ball very well, and you can't complain about it. Really set up by excellent play by Rains. He really got possession of a ball he had no right to get hold of, sheerly by persistence. And Ronnie Andrews had opened up 3 or 4 yards there on his opponent and then attacked the ball, made no allowances for anybody else, just went straight at it, put his body in the way and marked it very easily.
Well, the big difference in the game is Ronnie Andrews came on in this final term, 2 marks, 2 kicks, 2 goals, and Collingwood lead by 20 points. And Andrews is a big occasion player. Collingwood look like they're going to take this one out as Toomey boots him from defence into attack. Williams tries to climb over the top of Kennedy. Andrews again. Lovely piece of feigned handball. Gets a long one out towards Mullane. Mullane has to steady. Screws it round and goes. And Andrews figured in that move. So number 9, the reject. I think this is his second game for the year, Ronnie Andrews, is the hero at Victoria Park in this big occasion, because Collingwood will stay in, of course, for the finals.
And once again, it was basic football. Ronnie Andrews just ran straight at the ball. Anybody in the way, he just made sure he was the one that went at it, got himself in the way of the ball, pushed the ball across. An excellent handball too, and Mullane really a very good kick for the direction he was running in.
.26 points lead now to Collingwood as Tony Shaw kicks into attack, but it rebounds out of the Footscray defence. A pack develops and there'll be a bounce on the attacking side of the circle for Footscray. Well, Footscray will have to do a lot of attacking in the last 14 or 15 minutes of this match. Phillips gets the tap down. Plenty of players there. Eventually Royal for Footscray kicks it wide. McEwen and Duperuzal racing for the ball, and it's just out. 26 points lead to Collingwood. Collingwood 13-17-95 to Footscray 9-15-69.
Well, 3 goals to Collingwood in this quarter and only 2 behinds to Footscray. Here's McMullen. A good one in his first match. Down to Mullane. Good balance there. Lovely call on there from Richardson. This will be a nice goal if he lines it up. He does. Oh, Banks looks terribly slow. He's been knocked off his game. Banks takes it around the boundary line. Trundles it over. But Collingwood looked terrific then.
was remarkable why Richardson wanted to push that ball wide when he really had the option of going inboard himself. Probably could have got a goal if he'd been prepared to run another 5 or 6 yards.
From the throw, it's Andrews and Kennedy doing the ruck work. Snap out of the pack by Banks. Marked there by Mullane. Oh, Mullane coming right down from the wing, slipped into that full forward area, and he has marked about half a metre out from goal. And some good work there by Ronnie Andrews once again in the pack. And there's Mullane taking the mark, and you can see how far out from goal he is. So Darren Mullane kicked a goal just a matter of moments ago, a chance for another one, and he's put it through, and that would be the sealer, as Collingwood now leads by 32 points.
It was excellent reading of the play by Mullane. He saw the ball, I think, being squeezed out from that pack. Ronnie Andrews in the ruck. Looked as though Ronnie Andrews had a bit of a role in tapping it out. Banks managed to squeeze out. Mullane, I think, from deep in the pocket there, just saw the ball floating free, realised that the square was open and headed in there as quickly as he could. Just managed to beat, looks like, Egan. That just about is the sealer, I think. I can't see Footscray getting back from here.
20 minutes through the final term, and Collingwood for the last quarter have kicked 4 goals, 2. Footscray have kicked 2 behinds. That's a subtle difference, and the Pies will wrap this one up. Cloak, a good ruckman this afternoon. Out to a good rove, and across the range, beautiful display from Jeffrey Rains this afternoon. Up to Richardson, through high, couldn't come out with a football, it's chipped out. Here's Anderson for Footscray, floats up and out towards Hawkins. Hawkins is going to slow up and have a kick. Gets a call from McKenna in the centre of the field. And then the running game set up here with Foster and Royal alongside him. Beautiful kick from Foster down to Beasley. Beasley again, McCormack working hard for Collingwood there. Beasley again, nice handball to Wallace in front. Pity it didn't come up earlier. But again, the Footscray players are well and truly off target when they put under pressure in front of goal by the Collingwood defence.
Off target and also not thinking. Wallace had an opportunity there to put the ball right into Duperouz in the goal square and didn't see him. I think partly they're just not thinking enough about their game.
McEwen, Groenewegen, the leaper there was McMullen. Phillips, those got plenty of time to get a hand pass out to Turner, but Turner muffs that one. McPherson, chance for Beasley, should get this one though off hands. Toomey runs at the ball, and he'll be happy to see it just trickle through from behind. So it's the Magpies leading now by 30 points at the 21-minute mark of this final quarter.
Toomey's a play with a kick to Cloak. He's played himself right back into contention with the Collingwood team with his effort today. Toomey again, and centres it this time to Phillips. Play there from Groenewegen, and Phillips stands his ground, delivers the ball well out towards Richardson. Egan came in to try and take it away from Richardson. Too good, hands it to Gary Shaw now. Swerves and lines up and kicks and goals. Great play, but it's coming easy now.
Yes, it is coming easy. The Footscray players look a little discouraged, certainly not picking up the men the way they were. I think the relentless pressure that Collingwood have applied, except for a couple of periods of time on at the end of the first and third quarter, has finally worn Footscray away. They have made a lot of mistakes in this quarter. We see in the replay there, trying to catch up with Shaw, but really had a bit too much room. The ball came down a bit too quickly for the backs to do a lot about it.
.36 points lead to Collingwood. Cloak getting the tap down. He's done well in the ruck in the second half of this match. Look at McMullen, this youngster playing his first game, very impressive. Kennedy the mark, a lot of pushing and shoving. Williams a little over-enthusiastic there in tackling Kennedy. Kennedy gets the lead from Baxter. Baxter grabs it. No, he doesn't. Now he picks up. Hasn't had a particularly good game, but Barham will mark. And Barham has marked on the outer side wing.
Started like a racehorse, Ricky Barham. He did his bit in the first half. Seems to have tired somewhat now. That was Rain's hand to a finger that touched it. Would you call that a high tackle?
Stopped him.
And it's Egan. Egan half-back, kicks to the outer side of the ground. Wallace was there, but Barham beat him to the punch as he handballs it to Richardson, who's been a star. And Richardson playing the ball along in front of him, eventually picked up by Rains to Barham. Wallace will come in, claimed by Richardson. Oh, it's a comedy of errors now, but the free kick is going Wallace's way, much to the disgust of Richardson.
Gets the handball out, and the kick coming towards the half-forward flank. Edwards is there. Big fella Cloak playing around the back line now for Collingwood. Oh, Bambitt straights up, but he's hopeless in front of the goal. And a fine smother from Toomey, right on his boot. And a high tackle from Toomey after he kicked it. Neville Shaw spins, gets out of the tackle. Steve McPherson a chance, but kicks it into the waiting arms of Phillips, who just hands out towards Taylor to the centre. Banks was there. Mullane, not very attractive football at the moment. Anderson. And Collingwood's Taylor.
Taylor, hand pass to Phillips. Phillips can steady, kicks long. Banks, McMullen is there. Nice mark by Ian McMullen. Cops one from Foster. And Foster overdoing the physical work a little bit because he's frustrated. The hand pass from McMullen to Gary Shaw. Gary Shaw puts it up high, looking for big Ron Andrews. Oh, he nearly got it. But Kennedy's there in defence, too slow. Tackled by Williams. Pack develops. Norwood comes in, so does Andrews. And Andrews comes out with the ball. But there's Kennedy in extreme pain, holding the left wrist. I think he might have copped one there from Ronnie, who was rather anxious to kick another goal off the ground, and yes. Kennedy's hand was in the way.
That's what happened, and also Edwards is down as well. Looks as though he may have done a leg.
There's the bounce. Andrews gets it out to Mullane. Mullane's kick smothered down to Richardson. Richardson towards the centre of the ground to Neville Fields. Shaw, I should say, who has a shot for goal and offline and through for a behind.
Memories there, Clark.
Oh.
A very good.
Callett now puts the long kick out wide. Cloak in position, couldn't quite take the mark. Neville Shaw coming through, but Cloak was being held, and he will take the free kick. Really come into it in this third term, Sandy.
Yes, certainly lifted himself, gets it across to Turner. He tumbles a punt up towards Banks. Can't get there in time. Tackle too high. Yes, says Glenn James. And so the free kick will go the way of Footscray's Darren Baxter. To centre wing. McPherson tried to use the body. Sockers it forward. Now the opportunity for Sewell. Royal. Out comes Beasley. 1, 2, and he's got it. Well, he hasn't goaled to date. I'm afraid the cupboard has been bare for Simon thus far, but well, this is the one he wants to try and break that 14-point leeway that Collingwood have held for the bulk of this term. They shot away to 20 points. Couple of occasions, but Footscray picked them back, can't get under this. Now what can he do? Oh, it's a good looking kick. It's a goal. Back come the Dogs. 8 points the difference on 7's big lead.
It's a nice goal as we watch on replay. Sewell now in defence, taken by Royal, plays on. A well-placed kick from Royal. Sees the lead from Beasley.
9:14 plays 8:12, 8 points the margin. Well into time on, almost by 3 minutes. Neville Shaw's handball goes astray. Now the opportunity for McKenna. No, Neville Nash has pulled it up and said holding the ball. And so it will go back to Neville Shaw. Gets his kick up towards the half-forward line. Time running out for Collingwood. They want to steady it, and Jim Sewell takes a good mark in front of forward. He's certainly done his bit. His kick back towards the half. Barham sets himself on that half-back line. Now he'll fire in towards the forwards again. When James says, go on, get your kick and play on, he does so. Williams will be the flyer. Can't complete the mark. Who's waiting down? No one able to take it away as Williams scoots out. Neville Nash says, gentlemen, let's have a bounce. And there was 10 or 12 of them in a pack there. So here's the bounce. 25 metres out from the Collingwood scoring zone. Won by Purser, but tapped to Tony Shaw. Down towards Morwood. Who's he got running for him? Richardson. tap it again, they say, but he can't do so, and eventually it is taken through for 1 by.
Foster was the player who made sure that went through, and it's 9 points the margin in favour of Collingwood as Sewell puts it wide. Gary Shaw in the front position. Good mark to Gary Shaw. The value of being in front. Hawkins saying, I brought the ball down, but Gary Shaw stood his ground well. Goes to the short pass and finds Banks, who almost lost his head. It didn't quite connect.
Gee, I tell you, she'll be on in the last quarter, Bobby. It'll be like a grand final in the last quarter, don't worry, with Footscray having to come from behind. Whether they're good enough, we'll have to wait and see. We're in the fast approaching the 30th minute of this quarter. There's the kick from Banks, long in towards full forward, and I think he's got it. He has. So again, they open up that 14 or 15-point break. 15 points, in fact. 8-12 to 10-15 on 7's big lead.
On replay, you see the value of being in front. Doug Hawkins saying that I touched it first, but Gary Shaw was in the front position. And the rest is history. It's 1 goal. There's a nice little pass to Banks, and Banks finished it off with a goal from the centre bounce. 15 points the margin. Wallace takes possession. Not a long kick from Wallace, straight to the opposition, and Taylor will bring it wide out towards centre wing. Banks coming across, punched away by Foster, taken by McLean. The hand pass out to Royal. Royal now, kick dropping short again. Bamblett taps it away. Bamblett's still there, does well, a good turn of speed, a nice hand pass to Edmund. Chance of a score coming up as Goalwood goes Jimmy Edmund. It's a lovely goal.
Yeah, back come the Dogs with a quick reply, and still they hang on in there. A 9-point break now to Collingwood.
Out to Victoria Park. It's Richardson onto Barham.
He should have another bounce. He goes for the kick. Could even make a goal anyway.
Footscray stayed close all day. The Magpies went away in the final term. Here's a great goal to Sewell.
A chance for Jimmy. Shoots towards goal, and goal. Play on.
Beasley, a long hand pass.
Edwards from Beasley.
Onto Edwards for full points.
Puts it through.
Puts it up. Williams will grab it and put it in.
Williams for the Magpies. The Collingwood skipper soccering one off the ground.
Wallace could go into the open goal. Steadies, fires at goal and puts it through.
And then for Collingwood, Gary Shaw. Great goal on the run to the Yarra Falls end.
Here's the chance now as the speedster fires towards goal. Great kick on the run.
Footscray.
They had to go out and just throw everything at us and win the game to stay there. So we knew that, so we just went out there and persevered. We didn't play real well up to half-time, but we were there still. Kept plugging away and just showed in the last quarter, if you keep persevering, it eventually does come.
Well, what were your thoughts when Footscray kicked those 3 or 4 goals in the time-on period of the third term to get back within 8 points? Do you think you'd muffed it?
Oh, well, we thought we might have thrown a bit of an opportunity, but at three-quarter time, all the fellas rallied again behind Jack, and we thought, well, we just got to go again. And in the last quarter, we just kept at it, and we did it for the full 30 minutes in the last quarter.
Well, the performance of Collingwood, can you put it down to any individuals at all?
Oh, no, it was just a team effort, and that's the big thing about Collingwood this year. It has been a team effort, all year. We just put it together as a team. There's been, okay, certain players have been outstanding, but everyone's just continually just plugged away, and been a good team effort.
Well, Jeff Rains really played a scintillating second half. Now, we know that finals, particularly at the MCG, are won with a good centre line. Can you see Jeff Rains being a key to Collingwood?
Oh, yeah. Jeff really needed the hit out today, a really good hard hit out for his fitness, because he missed a couple of weeks there, through suspension a couple of weeks back, and needed a good hit out. And just talking to him already, he's very tired now, but it was very good for his legs, and he needed that. And as you said, winning centre line in finals is a big difference.